NewsNation chief correspondent Brian Entin has been pouring through these documents. Brian, hello. What videos caught your attention?
Yeah, I've been going through these videos and the new documents since 8 a.m. this morning, Hannah, when they all were first released. And there's some really interesting ones. 64 total, second big batch that's been released. President Trump obviously ordered that these videos be released. Let me show you this first one. This is video here from a U.S. military sensor in Syria. This one is getting a lot of attention. The video, I think we're going to play it here in a second. The video is from 2021, and you can see what looks like a bright sphere. There it is. Sort of like a bright sphere-looking orb traveling over the surface. And if you wait a couple of seconds here, Hannah, and watch it closely, it picks up speed, and then it literally just zooms off. There it was, right there at the end. That is the part that experts are especially perplexed by, because our technology, we are told, just couldn't do that. Where at the end there, it literally just zooms off the screen. All right, next video. This one is interesting, Hannah. A formation of UFOs over the Persian Gulf. You see right there, again, captured by a military sensor. There are what appear to be 3 dots. You can see traveling together. Sometimes they kind of space apart a little more, and then they get closer together. And this video was uploaded to a classified network in October of 2019. Again, experts do not seem to know what this is. Another video here. We move on to the next one. This one is from October of 2020. Look at that. See that little black dot? We circled it. Traveling across the city. We don't know exactly where this is. The military isn't telling us. But again, captured by a military sensor. They don't know what it is, and it just moves very slowly there across the screen. Again, from October 2020, it goes from the city there, and then it goes out over to the mountains. I wish we knew the location. There's a lot they left out when they gave descriptions for these videos. We don't know if they're being vague on purpose, but this one was interesting, Hannah. You see, just continues to move over the mountains there. Some of these videos, we obviously clipped them down for you, but some of them go on 10, 13 minutes where they literally track these objects. And it just goes on and on and on, and then eventually the object leaves the screen. Also in the release today, there was a recording of an astronaut Scott Carpenter from 1962. This radio recording, Hannah, when he was up in space on the radio, this recording has never been released before, where there's no video, but he described seeing something very strange, something that he said looked like snowflakes, and again, that was unexplained. Hannah?
I mean, the mystery still remains, but always fun to watch and get to the bottom of this. Brian Entin, thank you. My next guest directed and produced the explosive film, The Age of Disclosure. It features interviews with over 30 government insiders and alleges an 80-year global cover-up concealing the existence of intelligent alien life and, of course, technology. Dan Farah joining me live now. Dan, welcome to the show. We've been excited to talk to you all day. Your film argues we're entering a new era of disclosure, transparency after today's release. Do you believe this is the transparency the UFO community has been looking for this whole time?
Yeah, look, I think we're living through a major turning point in human history, and I couldn't be prouder of the role the film is playing in it. You know, The Age of Disclosure drove a national conversation that led to our government taking this historic, unprecedented disclosure movement and moving it forward.
Well, there's a couple of videos that are getting a lot of buzz tonight. I talked about a few. Brian Entin brought up a few as well. One video was filmed by an infrared sensor. It was on a military platform. It happened near Syria in 2021. It shows an object that appears to just instantaneously accelerate, going from a dead stop to extreme speed in a fraction of a second. I believe that's the video. Yeah, that is it. What do you make of what we're seeing, Dan?
Look, I think a lot of the videos released today and in the first tranche of evidence released on May 8th, they show UAP performing in ways that no known aircraft can. These things are moving faster than our fastest fighter jets. They're displaying the ability to do instantaneous acceleration. Simply put, there is no human-made technology that can do that.
Let's move on to another video that appears to show the moment a fighter jet shot down a UFO over Lake Huron. This was in 2023. This incident came after a Chinese spy balloon was spotted over the U.S. We're looking at that video now. Huh. and then you kind of just see it implode. What do you make of this?
Yeah, look, it's more of the same. I think what we're seeing now is the evidence that the government can safely declassify and share with the public. But it's important to remember this barely scratches the surface. There is a lot of evidence that still exists within various federal agencies, various private defense contractors, and branches of the military that is still heavily classified. Right now, what's happening is the White House is driving forward an effort to get that evidence out of those federal agencies and out of the various branches of the military so that they can start declassifying more. But what we're seeing now barely scratches the surface. There's a lot of evidence that shows UAP that are clearly not made by humans doing things that humans do not currently have the ability to do.
Your documentary alleges an 80-year global cover-up concealing the existence of alien life and, of course, its technology. The Pentagon has not drawn any conclusions as to whether these videos indicate non-human life. But what do you think? Do you think these are actual alien videos that have been released that we're watching?
Look, all my sources inside of government, the military, and the intelligence community very clearly have ruled out UAP being made by humans. There's no reason to believe this is human-made technology. Certainly, if one of our adversaries, a foreign nation, had leapfrogged us by 100 years technologically and made these things, that's the biggest story in the history of the world on its own. If somebody within the U.S. has leapfrogged the rest of humanity by 100 years and figured out how to crack this technology, and the U.S. government is unaware of it, that also is the biggest story in the history of the world. And if it turns out definitively all of this is, controlled by non-human intelligent life, that's the biggest story in the history of the world. Any way you cut it, what's unfolding, in real time before our eyes is the biggest story in the history of humanity.
Yeah, and many people out there will agree with you, including me, really. So there will be a third drop in the near future. What other files are you hoping to see?
My understanding is that this is going to be a rolling disclosure process, and there's likely going to be more declassified evidence every few weeks, if not every month. What's actually unfolding right now is the White House is trying to get this evidence out of the various federal agencies and the branches of the military and defense contractors. And as they get access to evidence, they can then evaluate it and decide what can be declassified and what still needs to remain classified. But there's certainly a battle waging behind the scenes. A lot of these intelligence agencies, keep in mind, they're intelligence agencies. Their stated purpose is secrecy, right? They're in the business of secrets. And so they're not easily giving up this evidence and these secrets they hold. So there's this tug of war happening behind the scenes where the president's cabinet is trying to wrestle this evidence out so that they can start sharing stuff with the public. And it's going to be a rolling process. It's why I called the film, my documentary, The Age of Disclosure, not the moment of disclosure, right? Because it's not a singular moment. It's a process that's going to unfold, and it's going to have milestones and hurdles, and it's going to play out most likely over the course of this entire year. But one day we'll look back at this relatively small period of time, and I think we'll view it as the age of disclosure, the period in time where all of this extremely significant information that's been covered up for decades becomes known to the public.
All right, Dan Farah, thank you so much. His film, The Age of Disclosure, is available for purchase or rent on Prime Video. Thank you again, Dan.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.